My name is Maximus Decimus Meridius, commander of the armies of the North, general of the Felix Legion, loyal servant to the true emperor, Marcus Aurelius, father to a murdered son, husband to a murdered wife, and I will have my vengeance, in this life or the next.
Hello, in this battle you will see the army of the Boii coming up against Sparta. Now I went for a gamble here and brought a very heavy sword rush with 5 Celtic warriors up front, followed by 5 of these sword warriors, which are decent units in all regards. Good morale, good armor, good defense, decent on the attack, good charge bonus. These light horse, because the cavalry of Sparta is not something I'm very worried about, and these oathsworn to do the really heavy killing, and some naked warriors for getting into melee and killing hoplites. So I can't see my opponent's build on this Athenae map yet because of this hill, of course, but it's going to be important to be able to take control of the high ground and charge down, because I can see that my opponent is pushing his guys up here. So I'm going to hide this cavalry, and I'm going to have to take my time, because my opponent is a lot closer to me and he'll be able to take control of this hill. And here I can see a lot of archers, mercenary Cretan archers and stuff, and if he's able to post them behind the line of hoplites over here, I'm fighting uphill and Cretans are raining fire down on me, then I'm in a very bad situation for my Boii army. So I'm going to push forward with my mercenary Celtic warriors, put some pressure on him, make him form his line so I can start looking for gaps to get through. I'm going to push my oathsworn naked warriors and sword followers up here, so it will appear like I'm going to meet him over here with the greatest concentration of my forces, so he's going to have to start to reform down here so I can charge downhill rather than being able to tank up around this hill. Scaring away some skirmisher cavalry with my light horse, and now I can see almost all of his army, so I'm just going to go through it. He has 2 mercenary Cretans, 1 Helot, Peroikoi hoplites, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those. He has 7 Peroikoi hoplites, Spartan hoplites, 2 of them, and Heroes of Sparta, beasts. Heroes of Sparta, beasts. I still like Royal Spartans more. And there we have the 3rd mercenary Cretan archers, and we have some assorted skirmisher and citizen cavalry, which I'm not too worried about. The main issue here is going to be able to plow through this line of hoplites. Now, playing as Sparta, I prefer the Royal Spartans because they have more men, a bit more expensive, but more men, so they can hold. They are harder to outflank, and Cretan archers are fine. I would probably have brought more Spartan hoplites than Peroikoi hoplites, because although the Peroikoi hoplites are decent, they can't really hold a candle to these Spartan hoplites or hoplites. So I'm just going to start putting pressure on him, start charging him with my Gallic warriors to try to get some javelin fire into his Helot slingers and his Cretan archers, which takes off some of their number. Here comes the glory charge. Not expecting too much here. He's in a phalanx, so not really losing any guys on the charge, and I've lost guys to missiles, but this is all part of the plan to get my strongest units around him here. These units are there just to die, be annoying, go around, look like I'm trying to make something work here, but these are just cheap 350 denarii units that are there to charge and die. This unit got a weird angle, so they probably stopped because I charged the Cretan archers, but I'm going to notice soon. And here, getting a flanking charge on these hoplites, which is going to take off some of their men, but nothing substantial. So over here, I notice he's creating an opening, so I'm just going to charge straight in with my sword followers. And now he's starting to find himself in a bit of a pickle here. I'm not engaging his main line at once, I'm starting to send guys around here. So he needs to post his cavalry over here. And now I am presenting a threat to his skirmishers, so he needs to deal with that. And these heroes of Sparta aren't really able to defend the hill because there are units coming from all sides now. So I'm going to send in my sword followers in these uphill charges to deny him the ability to reform, because I'm confident that once I get my units over here and charging down, that will be enough to break anything that he has down here. So sword followers I have them on attack orders on these Cretan archers, but then I'm going to change it into the citizen cavalry, try to catch them here. They're just going to peel off, it looks like. Still taking some casualties, but nothing substantial. So I'm going to send in my sword followers here against these heroes of Sparta and against the Spartan hoplites, taking some damage. Sending the Oathsworn here for the flank. This is my general. And my sword followers are continuing to harass the cavalry over here to deny any rear charges. Over here I'm going to get into these Spartan hoplites with my naked warriors, which are good against infantry. They don't have armor, but they have a nice downhill advantage here, and you can see the Spartan hoplites are starting to die, and he's going to reform them into phalanx, but as they do so, my guys are going to get in some nice licks. This flank is crumbling on my part, which is fine. I'm sending the horse in hopes of catching his skirmishers. Here my sword followers are doing a number on his skirmisher cavalry. Here my naked warriors are attacking Spartan hoplites, and I'm just keeping these guys, these Oathsworn here, to make sure that I don't get a rear charge into my naked warriors. Over here the fight is fairly stable. He's able to flank around. These heroes of Sparta are tanking, but they are going down. Spartan hoplites are also tanking quite well, but they are going down. And now I put my Oathsworn against these Spartan hoplites to remove them. And here he's able to catch my Celtic light horse in a charge, and they are just melting away because they're also getting shot at. This allows the other unit to go through. And now his skirmishers are exposed. Now this is of course a really crappy cavalry unit, but let's see if they can get some kills here. Bang into all of those units, and yeah, nothing substantial, but still disrupted their fire for a little while. Some guys came back from routing here, charging them in, and now it's just a matter of tanking it out and getting kills against all these tough hoplite units. I don't really have enough units to do many type of flanking maneuvers and stuff. I have his guys nicely surrounded here, holding with sword followers, naked warriors in the rear. You never want angry naked Gauls up your rear, and maybe the Spartans would like that. They're into that sort of thing. So citizen cavalry going down here. Spartan hoplites are dying while not getting many kills, and I managed to get my Oathsworn into skirmishers because I sacrificed this Celtic light horse, and they are going to do very well in this melee. Sword followers are starting to waver, and they didn't really get too many kills because they were up against heroes of Sparta and Perokoi hoplites uphill. So that's I'm going to peel off leave my Oathsworn to take care of these Spartan hoplites and charge my naked warriors. They are now exhausted, but I'm going to just move them around here to get some rear charges or flanks going. And over here my Oathsworn are tying down 3 hoplite units and 2 skirmisher units. So doing fairly well and getting a lot of kills. Oathsworn are still damn good units. I'm going to get a nice rear downhill charge here with my naked warriors that I believe I am going to take. Yep, here we go. Exhausted, but his guys are active, so not the best situation, but these fights are wrapping up, so I should be able to do some damage. As you can see, they are doing some damage on the charge here. Pretty nice charge bonus there with Frenzy. 56 charge bonus. They are approaching cavalry status with that charge. So the Perokoi hoplites are dying. These guys are getting some kills. And now the Perokoi hoplites and citizen cavalry have had enough of these fights with the barbarians. His heroes of Sparta are tanking, but melee defense of 84. Both the sword followers and the naked warriors are able to do a number on them by surrounding them. Over here the Spartan hoplites are still holding out, but they're not getting very many kills, and that's of course problematic. Because it's one thing to hold, but you really need something to kill with, and I guess that was what he wanted to use these skirmishers for. They are firing into these melees, but I'm not too worried about it at the moment. These fights will stop pretty soon when the Oathsworn have killed everything around them, and then I'm able to chase after his guys here. So not really worried about the rest of the skirmishers. Was able to neutralize them fairly well. His heroes of Sparta are going down. And with that his general, the Porokoi hoplites are disciplined, so they're not going to just up and run. They have decent morale with 45, it's kind of a decent mid-range value, I guess. But here we go. Oathsworn beat the Spartan hoplites. They're going to go and charge the Helot slingers. I don't know why they're running this way. As they had attack orders, but they didn't swing around. So here, when that fight broke up, it's going to allow me to get these sword followers into combat here. And now it's just the Heroes of Sparta got 100 kills, which is decent, but naked warriors that cost half the amount of denarii were also able to do very well. And even though they are exhausted, getting into these Helot slingers is going to make them go down very quickly indeed. But I am going to try to pull through, I think. Well, I changed my mind, so here the kills are starting to form on the naked warriors. Very nice. Now it's just a matter of cleaning up. It looks like he forgot these units, but they were too far away to really do much. I think the reason that I wanted to show you this battle was because I think it's a pretty decent example of what Sparta can and can't do. Sparta can hold for a long time, even when surrounded, but they do have a problem with killing stuff when they are in phalanx. They're not very effective at killing stuff, which of course the Boii and other barbarian factions are the converse. They are very good at killing stuff, but holding isn't really their forte. So a kind of immovable object meets an irresistible force type of matchup this. Cretan archers going down, and that's going to make these guys just want to go home to their mummies. Now, as you can see, the most important battle happened for the hill here, and by being aggressive and pushing my guys up, I was able to fight the most important fights in downhill, and I was able to get into his backlines fairly effectively here. And so I think it's pretty nice to have these sacrificial units to just start the engagement as quickly as possible. But let's have a look at the kills. His Porokoi hoplites mainly got kills on these guys, the Celtic warriors. So although their kills are pretty good, they are against very crappy units. The sword followers did a little better. The naked warriors more than paid for themselves. The Oathsworn did well as usual. The light horse didn't really do much, but served as a distraction. So his skirmishers were able to inflict quite a lot of casualties, but most of the casualties were on these guys. But his Heroes of Sparta and both his Heroes of Sparta units got kills against these sword followers and were able to do that fairly well. Still, I think this army would need a lot more killing power in order to be viable. Remove the skirmisher cavalry, especially against the Boii, and some more Spartan hoplites, I think. Maybe even take out the Cretan archers in favor of more Helot slingers or Gorgo skirmishers even. Keep 2 citizen cav, take Royal Spartans instead of Heroes of Sparta, and I think the build is starting to look a lot more effective. But good game and well played to my opponent, and I'll see you again.